Hello, everyone. Welcome to Going Solo with Cece on the newstreamingnetwork.com, home of Going Solo Media and Going Bold Media and WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am so happy to have you guys here with us tonight, and I want to do a shout out to all of you that are faithfuls that watch us each and every time. We are so appreciative of you, and we want to thank you so much for sharing and liking and really viewing everything that we do. So we're going to move on because we've got a lot going on. But first, before we do that, those of you that don't know me, I am your host, Cece Shatz, and I'm fondly called the Doyenne of Relationship Building. I'm a divorce, dating, and a life coach, and really a media coach too now. I've been kind of putting that hat on, but I've really been connecting singles in my area here, which is the Tampa Bay area, and throughout my business, which is the Going Solo Network. So you guys can find that on goingsolonetwork.com. And then, of course, you can reach me if you want to email me at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com. Let's get on with our guest today, because she is absolutely fabulous. She's one of my very, very favorite people, and I am so pleased to have her here with me. I have Rhonda Farrah. She's an MA, a DRWA. She's got the initials. She's an author, speaker, and a lifestyle empowerment coach, and we are going to hear that today because we're going to talk about make your challenges, joys, and successes work for you. That's our topic today. So Rhonda, thanks for coming back. We're going to call you a regular.
Thank you, Cece. My pleasure. My pleasure to be here. I always enjoy our conversations, and this is an especially enjoyable one for me.
Yes, for sure. Well, before we start, and those of you don't know you, let's let them get a little bit familiar with you. So tell us a little bit about you and why you got into being such a lifestyle empowerment coach, because I know you've helped, many, many, many people. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got started.
All right. Well, I got started as a psychotherapist, and so I have that toolbox on one side. And in 2005, I became an alchemist, which has a lot to do with what we are going to discuss. And for those of you who don't know, I'm not a left brain person at all. Alchemy is a precursor to chemistry. And in chemistry, we kind of mix things up and refine them, whether it be stones or now emotions and thoughts. So I think especially with the climate today, although it's like that all the time, personally, professionally, politically, financially, we got a lot of stuff happening. And some of it is joyful, some of it is successful. Much of it is what I call the not so good stuff. Some people call it toxic, unhealthy, negative, dark. Okay, so all of that's happening, and it happens to all of us in life. And it's important, I know from my own situations and circumstances, which happened about, I used to call them midlife crises, just after 40, 41. And that was over 20 years ago. So what was happening with me at that point was like the roller coaster of success and then the not so good stuff. Mm-hmm. And I needed to subconsciously, the subconscious mind is very bright. She decided, well, Rhonda's not living up to her full potential. So I'm going to give her some stuff to deal with. And that stuff was anything but what I expected. It included incarceration in a women's federal prison camp. It included breast cancer, divorce, a couple nearly simultaneously, and financial ruin. So I'm no stranger to needing to be an alchemist and take that not so good stuff and make it work for me, for you, rather than anything less. And especially in 2005, I had come through several of those challenges, but was still on the road to challenge the not so good stuff. However, one challenge prepared me for the next, prepared me for the next, prepared me for the next. So while I have plenty of credentials, Cece, my credentials are life. And that shit happens. And how do you deal with it? Do you make it work for you or not? So that's the message, that we all have that power within us, the authentic power within us to take all that stuff. And again, seed it, weed it, do what you need to do, water it, get rid of what you don't need, and move on to transforming your life to the best version of yourself. And that's also in 2005, my brand began to change. Today, it's fix your reflection first and live your best life ever. And that's what I teach. That's what I live. And that's why I know firsthand that it begins with us, begins through attention, what's going on inside of us, which will recreate our external world, the outside. So many people today, and I get it, they're like, oh, I better work harder. I better work 130 hours a week and get where I need to be financially, externally, get where I need to be. That might not be in business. It may be in your relationship. It may be with your children. Get where you have to be within yourself. First of all, look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you like who you see? Do you respect who you see? Do you cherish and appreciate? Do you embrace who you see? For a long time, I didn't do that. I thought I did, but I didn't. When I began to get real and serious is when major changes happened in my life. I call it the best version of myself, where I could take my messes and turn them into messages. And we all can do that. Do it for yourself first and watch and see how everyone and everything around you changes for the better. And that's contributing to our world being a better place.
Right. Yeah, we tend to get stuck sometimes. I was talking to someone today about, they felt that they were stuck in their life, things weren't going well and things like that. And I said, well, you've got to start putting a plan together, to step out of that. If you keep doing the same thing, it's not going to go anywhere. You've got to start putting a plan together of what it is that you really truly want, Yeah. And I think we have to all do that, don't we?
We do. That's an excellent point. You hit the nail on the head. It's the plan, but first we must listen. Many people, do we know what we want? I'll ask a client, I'll ask an audience, so what do you want? Well, I don't know. Well, can you guess? I don't know that either. Okay, let's begin with what you don't want. All right. We all know what we don't want. And there's the bridge that has to happen, is what we don't want to get where we want to be, or something better. And some people, they settle for less. And that it's like, well, what do you want? Do you want to keep settling? That's okay too. If you want to keep settling for less and living life in default mode, rather than living the life you desire, the life you want, perhaps the life you dream about, that's up to you. I'm here to invite you to do something differently. When you said they keep doing things the same way, I mean, Einstein said that. Keep doing things the same way, to expect different results. It's not going to happen. It's really not. And our thoughts, our emotions and our thoughts determine what goes on in our outside world. It's very important to understand that consciously, that's only a fraction. That's maybe 5-10% at the best of what's going on with us. Subconsciously, again, the subconscious mind, she knows what we really want, what we really fear, what we really love. Start tapping into that. And many people don't understand, well, what should I be doing? Well, the first thing you should be doing is just be. Be. And listen to that inner voice. Some people call it intuition. Some people call it your gut. It's all of that. If you have a thought, ask yourself, do I follow the thought? That's leading you to where you need to be. I absolutely follow the thought. it's where I am. It doesn't happen to be snowing right now. It's snowing on the East Coast. My whole family is there in a blizzard. And my thought said, it's time to text your grandchildren. You know, they're not in school. And I did it this morning. And here they come, the two of them, you know, oh, we're okay. We're okay. But we don't have to go to school today. Probably not tomorrow either. But my point is, I followed the thought. I could have said, you know, look at what I got to do today. Why should I start at 7:30 my time? It's 9:30 their time. Why am I following the thought? Who knows? But I'm glad I did, because I could have gone to that place. Oh, they're probably too busy. They're doing their computer. They're doing this and that. They're in the house. I didn't make the excuse. I detached myself from the outcome. And so many times that's what we do. That's why we can't have a plan. I guess I could do that, but what if this doesn't happen the way I want? Okay. We talk ourselves right out of the plan. We got the plan. It's in here. Okay. It's in the heart space. It goes to the thoughts, and then it produces itself in the external world. So if you're living in fear of whatever, there's plenty to be fearful of. If you're living in fear rather than love, your outcome is going to be totally different. You're living in fear rather than hope, your outcome is going to be totally different. For your external world, you're probably, if you keep saying, I think I can, then you will. But if you keep saying, I think I can't, you're right too. So it's important to understand we have that power within us. We are all our inner guru. So understand that. And you need not be in victim mode. You need not be in the mode, I call it the buy me mode. Okay, where you people pleaser, the goop. Goop. Understand, remember goop.
Okay.
So good opinions of other people are what matter to us. Good opinions of other people. That's what matters. We care about what other people think. I used to care a lot about what other people think. I care, but I don't care now. I look in the mirror and I care what I think of Rhonda. And that's my invitation. What do you think of you? How you're doing? And be honest with yourself. You've only got to be honest with yourself. Are you okay with I'll settle for less because it's not going to please this person or that person? And there are important people in our life, yes, that we like to please. Absolutely. However, are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with the person you see when you look in the mirror? I challenge anyone. That's not just an invitation. I challenge you to look in the mirror and name 3 things that you like about yourself. Name 3 things. Some people right now are saying, well, I don't have a mirror handy. Well, we all have a phone. Turn that phone so it's a reflection of you. And do it right now. Really, I'm inviting you to do that, because that's where it begins. It begins with you. If you want things to change in your life for the better, then do that, because that's where it begins. Fix your reflection first.
Right. And so from what I understand then, if I think about it, then it's like, we're not just saying just look in the mirror and see the surface. Because I think a lot of times what we have to fix is within, our fears that are within, roadblocks that are happening to us, and why we don't step out of the box, or why we don't do certain things, or patterns that we have, right? So we have to look at that reflection and see. So go deeper. It's not just like, you've got blonde hair and you want to change it to red or something like that. You want to. The hair color isn't going to change who you truly are, but you have to look really deeper, don't you?
You do. What do you love about yourself? I use that word. There are only 2 emotions, in my opinion, fear and love. You're either in one or the other. Fear and love, fear and love. Oh. That's it. So what do you love about yourself? Well, some people, that's how far they get. I don't know what I love. If I say, what don't you like about yourself? Oh, the laundry list comes
Yeah,
out.
I could
We
give
all
you
do it. We all do it.
immediately. I could give you a list. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a list. Okay. But that's the important part, is that you look in the mirror, that you look that's within, because you hit the nail on the head once again. It's what's in here. It's what's in here. Are you living a healthy, a fit, and vibrantly? Because what's reflecting on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside.
Yeah.
If you're in fear, I know this, and you mentioned the word patterns. Failed relationships, divorce. I finally figured out, and I thank every one of them. I do. I'm not being sarcastic either, because I learned about myself from that. I was really not loving myself. I was not liking myself. I wasn't esteeming myself, appreciating myself, respecting myself. And that's what I got back. It's not even assumption. You will assume that, and it will come into your being. Now, since, my goodness, I've always done mirror work, but I took a serious look at it. Well, I've been single for quite a while now, 7 or 8 years, but I learned to love myself. And now, it's not that I'm not open to love, but I'll put it bluntly, the bar is raised a little. Okay, the bar is raised because, or else I'm not going to be the person I want to be. I'm not going to be able to love myself just the way I am if I get somebody that loves me the way they want me to be, because that's what was happening. It was the pattern. Different hair colors, different names, different clothing, different states. It was the same thing. That's not their fault. Again, I thank them for bringing me to that realization. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes to look at those things, but at the end of the day, if you can and you can kind of figure it out, those are challenges in your life, and they're worth the stepping over the hurdles, so to speak. Because
Yes.
life isn't easy, but not you don't always want easy,
Right.
So you have to sometimes, take the good with the bad. So we're going to do a quick break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about what are some action steps that we can do, to be able to move forward, because life is difficult for many out there. And so we want to be able to help them be able to move forward. And then, of course, you guys, all you have to do is just reach out to Rhonda, So all you have to do is go to Rhonda at helpmerhondanow.com. And that's her website. And also it's helpmerhondanow.com. So just send her a quick email or check out her website. And she has various different things that she does. And we'll talk to her a little bit more about that too, because I know she's forever doing, courses and classes and gatherings. And, you have, I believe, do you have a book out there too? I think you have a book.
In process. I've been a contributing author in 3 or 4 books, which are on my website. And some of them I even give away. So check that out. But my forthcoming book is Growing Where I Am Planted, your guide to living your best life ever.
I like that. Absolutely. So definitely check out her website, helpmerhondanow.com, and then send her an email at rhonda@helpmerhondanow.com. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to give you some action steps to be able to move forward in your life. And, really, and that's what it's all about, living your best life. So we're talking about make your challenges, joys, and successes work for you. So we'll be right back, everyone. Hang tight. Well, welcome back. This is Going Solo with Cece. I'm your host, Cece Shatz, and I am so pleased to be with you here today. You are listening to newstreamingnetwork.com, home of Going Solo Media, Going Bold Media, and our wonderful radio station, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. So you can take us anywhere you want on the internet. We are there for you. We have our wonderful guest today, Rhonda Farrah. She is, I tell you what, she's been on, I guess, several times. I love her dearly. She knows her stuff, and her initials behind her name is MA and a DRWA, but she's an author, speaker, and most importantly, she's a lifestyle empowerment coach. And there's nothing more wonderful than someone that can truly make you feel empowered. And that's what Rhonda does. And we love to have her on. So today we're talking about make your challenges and joys and successes work for you. And so, sometimes we'll have something happen, right, Rhonda, in our lives, and which is good, but then we feel like it's like one off and it's never going to happen again, right? So we want to make those successes work for us. So tell us a little bit about what do you think, like some action steps, and like the very first part of the show, we talked about our reflection, how we feel about ourselves, how do we portray ourselves, how do we do we beat up ourselves? Do we, it's really how we talk to ourselves. Sometimes it gives us that encouragement to be able to step forward and not live in fear. And that's what you were saying. There's only two. It's fear and love, right? Fear and love. And so either you can love or be fearful of something. So we don't want that to happen. We want you to love and move forward and really live a whole life as you want. So talk to us a little bit, Rhonda, about some action steps that we can take.
Okay, absolutely. The first action step is to look in that mirror. And we've said enough about that. And the biggest point is find 3 things every day as you look at yourself in the mirror that you like about yourself. Enough said. Right. As an alchemist, of course, I have a formula. I'm often asked, how do I live an empowered life? How do I live the life that I desire? What are you talking about, Rhonda? The life I dream about? I gave up on my dreams a long time ago. How do you live an empowered life? The formula. Gratitude plus forgiveness equals living an empowered life. Gratitude plus forgiveness equals living an empowered life. And I will give an exercise, if I may, for that. It's 2026. We just began the year. Okay, we're 2 months into it, beginning the 3rd month now. Never too late, though. It's never too late. This is a new year, numerologically 2026. It's a number 1 year, new beginnings. For me, new beginning it's every year, it's every day is a new beginning. So let's take the formula. Gratitude plus forgiveness equals living an empowered life. Gratitude, we pretty much know about. And people do it. They do it in their head. They do it aloud. They write it. I write it in the morning. I write it in the evening. I have a journal. And because I have a lot to be thankful for. Even with all the stuff that didn't go right, I've got a lot to be thankful for. And if you really listen, you will find you have a lot to be thankful for. Write your gratitudes. Say your gratitudes. Understand that you have every right to be grateful. And you have every right, when you're grateful, you beget more blessings. It's like rabbits, okay? If you are thankful, and then thankful a little more and a little more, you will draw other blessings to you. But be thankful for what you have. Second part of the formula is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a tough one for many. It gets a bad rap. Not only to forgive someone you think has harmed you, but to forgive yourself. Because that's where it begins, in the mirror and forgiving yourself. So here's the exercise for forgiveness. You take a piece of paper, and I know that we're all digital here, but take a piece of paper and a pen, and in your handwriting, forgive yourself. You're going to write a letter to yourself. You could start it this way. Dear Rhonda, I'll write to myself. Dear Rhonda, first of all, I have wanted to write to you for so long. I've been meaning to write to you for so long. And again, first of all, how are you? Rhonda, when you went to prison, when you were divorced multiple times, when you got breast cancer, when you went into financial ruin, I know you didn't mean to hurt me, Rhonda. And I forgive you. That was to you. What you do with the letter is your business. You can rip it up. Garbage disposal is good. You can burn it, whatever. But you have forgiven yourself. That's the past. Forgive yourself the past stuff, that not so good stuff. Forgive yourself for that. You will become amazingly lighter. Trust me, I know. And many of my clients, and I can see it in an audience, become lighter. It's amazing because you've taken that burden off yourself. If you do not forgive yourself and the past, you won't have room to welcome in and to love the wonderful person you are becoming, to fall in love with that new version, the best version of yourself. Okay. Let me write another letter now. This is where usually they're shifting in the seats. You're going to write a letter to someone you feel has harmed you. It doesn't go over big until I say, no, you don't have to mail this letter, but you must write it. Because forgiveness is for us. It's not for the other person. Those who are living in non-forgiveness, in resentment, are attracting to themselves, are assuming upon themselves a dis-ease, just anxiety, and other not so good stuff. So you're forgiving someone you feel has harmed you for you. And that's okay. That's great. Here's the letter. Remember, you don't have to mail it, but be honest with it. Dear person who has harmed me. I'll use myself. Dear person who has harmed me. Do you remember when you betrayed me? When you used me as a doormat? When I felt that I must please you or you would discard me, when you abandoned me, finally. I see that. I see what you did, but I also know that you did not mean to hurt me. And I forgive you. It's done. Sign your name. Do what you want with the letter. It's for you. You will be lighter once you do that. It's for you. It's not for them. And it's an amazing exercise that works. You will be ready to one extent to do it. Try it. If you don't have the results that you want, do it again. And before you do it again, and before you do it for the first time, understand this is for you. So wouldn't you want the very best for yourself? When you really ask yourself, and don't be afraid what other people think, it's what you think. Would you want the best for yourself? In your health, in your wealth, in your happiness and joy, your relationships with whoever they're with, professionally? Wouldn't you want the best for yourself? I think most people would say yes. Some people would be timid, but it's yes. The answer is yes. Write the letters and become lighter. Again, we are beginning 2026, and it's never too late. Start now. And I guarantee I would love to hear how it changed your life. I'm always open. Rhonda at helpmerhondanow.com. I would love to hear from you questions and comments, especially about that exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a great exercise. Very good. Because we do need to forgive ourselves a lot of times. Because I know as I was, I've coached the divorce support group for many years, and we talked a lot about forgiveness. And And it's not, we always think it's forgiveness for them, right? It's going to be, well, I'm not going to forgive them because they did whatever to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is there are aspects of that we may be allowed, that we tolerated, we didn't put a stop to, or whatever. We have to forgive ourselves,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of that we have to take ownership of our own. And when we do, we feel enlightened by doing that. It does help us to be able to move forward in our lives because we've released it. And I think by writing things down, in a journal or things like that, it's a way of really expressing it, getting it off your chest, moving it forward, right? And it it kind of just disappears, or it kind of just moves, it just moves away from you when you do things like that. So yeah, I think that's a very good tip to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, how many of us think that we're worthy of forgiveness?
Mm-hmm.
You are enough. You're important. What you say and what you do matters. Know that. Don't just think that. Don't just give yourself a maybe I am sometimes. You are. You're enough just the way you are. You're lovable, loving, and you are loved just the way you are. Maybe not by everyone. Who cares? Begin with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, anyone out there, if you're listening to this and you feel like you just need a little bit more help, because I think we all do, right? So all you have to do is email Rhonda at helpmerhondanow.com. And that's help, HELP, me, ME, and then Rhonda, RHONDA, now, NOW.com. And that's her website. And she has different things going on the website. And so you want to definitely stay in touch with her and, reach out, because sometimes it's not easy to solve our problems by ourselves. And, we want, like we say, we're going to look in the mirror and see that reflection. We're going to go deep and look at that reflection. But sometimes we need someone to help us dig a little deeper, as we move forward. And I think with your skills, Rhonda, with the lifestyle empowerment, it's really digging deeper and empowering ourselves to move forward in a very positive way. And there's so many different aspects of that, like people that we surround ourselves with. Are we surrounding ourselves with the right type of people? And there's so many different elements to that can help you. And I believe Rhonda could definitely home in on some of those things to be able to help move you forward and encourage you to really take a look at your life and see how you want it to be, because we don't think about that. We don't think about, like, what do I want tomorrow? What do I want? What do I want now? What do I want tomorrow? What do I want the next day? How do I project my life out? And then how do we put a roadmap to be able to do that? So yeah, it's not
I do have a free gift on my website. Um, your roadmap to living your best life ever.
Mhm.
And it'll give you 6 steps. It's free. Go get it.
So again, helpmerhondanow.com. So get your free gift. And we'll put that in our show notes too, so you guys have it. And take advantage of those free gifts, because they really do make a difference in your life. Because sometimes, where we're at today may not be it, but maybe tomorrow, there'll be something that'll trigger you into wanting to move forward into your life, or make a change or a shift or whatever you want to call it, a transition. So yeah, absolutely. Well, it's great having you here with us. Are there any last words you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, Cece, there are.
Mhm.
First of all, wherever you are and whatever challenge, struggle you're going through right now, realize that you are not alone. You are not alone. Reach out. Whether you reach out to me or not, reach out to a friend, reach out to Cece, reach out to a practitioner to go over this with. Those struggles, those challenges, we all have them. I'm not immune just because I live and breathe this. I'm not immune to it. But know that you are not alone. So, whatever tunnel you happen to be having your journey on, understand that the light at the end of that tunnel is not a train. That light is the guidance, it is the roadmap, it's the blueprint, it's the way and the truth to living the best version of yourself if you choose to. And as I leave all audiences with my invitation is to treat life as if it were ice cream and enjoy it before it melts.
That's wonderful. Yeah, definitely. I love that. Very, very good. So again, her email is rhonda@helpmerhondanow.com. And again, her website is helpmerhondanow.com. And there's a free gift there for you. And so definitely go to the roadmap and get your free gift, because I think it's going to change your life. I really do. I think it'll help you. And yeah, and so reach out if you got any questions. That would be a wonderful thing to do. So it is great having you on the show. I hope you'll come back again. Join us again. I would love that.
I would love that too, Cece. Thank you very much.
But it's so great having you. So again, make your challenges, joys, and successes work for you. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out to Rhonda. She'll definitely help you, being able to put you on the right path to being able to figure out what it is you truly want in life, how to get there, and how to enjoy it once you're there. And that's something we probably need to talk about, because a lot of times we don't talk about when we actually get to where we want to be, we don't enjoy it. We don't enjoy life and live it to the fullest. So we want to be able to do that. Maybe we'll get you to come back on and talk about that. So we love having you. Again, just go to Rhonda@helpmerhondanow.com. And now, let me put it up so you guys have it. I don't want to mess it up again. So it's Rhonda@helpmerhondanow.com. And again, that's her website, helpmerhondanow.com. So definitely check it out. And we love having you. So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And everyone, you guys are listening to newstreamingnetwork.com, home of Going Solo Media, Going Bold Media, and our wonderful radio station, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Cece Shatz. This show is called Going Solo with Cece. I want to thank you for joining me each and every time. You're a blessing, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.